Hello, dear. Have you ever ended a day wondering where all your time went? You woke up, checked your phone, scrolled a little, jumped from one task to another, maybe did a little work, but by evening you're exhausted, and yet you can't quite remember doing anything meaningful. This is the modern chaos. We are constantly moving, yet going nowhere. Every day, we wake up with the same 24 hours as everyone else. Yet, some people achieve massive success, create impact, and grow consistently, while others feel stuck, overwhelmed, and unproductive. It's easy to say time flies, or that life is too chaotic. But the deeper truth is this: time isn't lost, it's given away. Consciously or unconsciously, we hand over our hours to distractions, to other people's demands, to tasks that don't move us forward. And until we take responsibility for how we spend our time, we'll keep living in reaction instead of creation. Most people don't realize how much control they actually have. The world is loud. Notifications, emails, endless content, sudden requests, they all scream for attention. But attention is not taken, it's given. When you pick up your phone and scroll without thinking, you're giving your time away. When you say yes to something you should decline, you're giving your time away. When you allow your day to unfold without structure, you're giving your time away. And this giving away happens in small moments. 1 minute here, 5 minutes there, but they add up to hours, then days, then months. And eventually you look back and realize you've been busy but not effective, active but not progressing. Responsibility is the pivot point. The moment you say, "This is on me," your life starts to shift. Blaming external chaos doesn't fix anything. It gives your power away. But when you admit that you have the power to choose what you give your time to, everything changes. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect or predictable. It means you begin to live on purpose. You stop drifting and start deciding. Taking responsibility starts with awareness. Most people have no idea where their time goes. They feel busy, but don't know what they're busy with. One of the most powerful exercises is simply tracking your time, hour by hour, minute by minute. Be brutally honest. How much time is spent on purposeful work? How much on distractions, scrolling, reacting, procrastinating? This isn't to judge yourself, but to wake up. Awareness is the beginning of mastery. Once you're aware, you begin to protect your time with boundaries. Boundaries are not just for people, they're for your habits, your routines, and your technology. You create a structure that supports your goals instead of sabotaging them. You plan your day, you guard your mornings, you turn off what doesn't serve your focus. You schedule time for rest, for thinking, for doing deep work. And suddenly, you're not just surviving the day, you're shaping it. And along the way, you redefine success. It's no longer about being busy or always available. It becomes about moving with intention, acting in alignment with your goals, and showing up for what really matters. You realize not everything is urgent. Not everything needs your attention. And in saying no to the noise, you say yes to your vision. You become the architect of your time. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the right motivation. You act. You decide. You lead your day instead of letting it lead you. Because when you stop giving your time away to chaos and start choosing how to use it, you don't just change your schedule, you change your life. In a world filled with noise, options, and distractions, the ability to master your priorities is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It determines the direction of your life, your success, your peace of mind, and your overall sense of fulfillment. Most people live in constant reaction mode, putting out fires and responding to whatever appears most urgent in the moment. But urgency is not the same as importance, and until you learn the difference, you'll always feel overwhelmed, scattered, and exhausted. Distractions don't always look like distractions. They often come disguised as opportunities, quick tasks, small favors, or harmless habits. A quick glance at your phone, an unnecessary meeting, a social media notification, or even that voice in your head saying, "Just check this one thing." These aren't accidental. They're part of a system designed to steal your focus. And when you don't actively choose your priorities, distractions will choose them for you. The reality is, life doesn't pause so you can get organized. You must create clarity in the chaos. That starts with defining what truly matters to you, not what's trending, not what others expect, not what seems convenient. You have to look deeper into your values, your goals, and your vision for the future. Because your time is a reflection of what you truly prioritize. You can say something is important, but if it doesn't show up in your schedule, it's just a wish. Mastering priorities is not about doing more. It's about doing less, better. It's about identifying the few things that move the needle and letting go of the many things that don't. This takes courage. It means saying no more often. It means disappointing people sometimes. It means facing discomfort, because important work is rarely urgent, and urgent work is rarely important. But the people who succeed in life are those who are disciplined enough to focus on the essential, even when the non-essential is louder and easier. Can't afford to let the day control you. The moment you wake up, distractions are waiting. If you don't set your intention, the world will set it for you. That's why your morning matters. That's why your routines matter. They set the tone. They create a rhythm that either supports your focus or breaks it. And when you build your day around your true priorities, everything begins to shift. You make better decisions. You feel more accomplished. You eliminate guilt, because you know you're acting in alignment with your purpose. But priorities are not just about productivity, they're about protection. You're protecting your mind, your goals, your energy, and your future. Every yes you give is a no to something else. Every moment you spend out of alignment is a moment you could have used to build your dreams. Time is a currency, and how you spend it reveals what you truly value. If your life feels chaotic, scattered, or out of balance, it's not a time problem, it's a priority problem. You are always choosing. Whether you realize it or not, every action is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. So the question isn't, do I have time? The question is this worth my time? Because time is the most valuable thing you have. You can't get it back. You can't borrow it. You can only use it or lose it. And if you're not intentional, distractions will win. They will steal your focus, dilute your goals, and leave you wondering where the days, the months, and the years went. Time is the great equalizer. Everyone gets 24 hours, but not everyone uses them the same. The difference between a life of fulfillment and a life of regret comes down to the choices you make daily, what you give your energy to, what you protect, and what you allow. You can't control everything, but you can control how you show up. You can choose focus over distraction, purpose over chaos, intention over impulse. The clock is ticking, whether you lead your time or let it lead you. So take back your power, set your priorities, and live each day like it matters, because it does. You don't get this day again. Make it count.